Hello and welcome to the next video of the First Stand 2026 previews covering FearX, BNK FearX, BFX, the LCK 2 seed. Did not have this, I think actually the quote was on Twitter, I did not have this on my bingo card. That BFX would be representing the LCK at any international event in 2026 of this stature, First Stand, MSI, and Worlds. However, you have to understand that this team did win that LPL LCK for fun grasshopper deciding whatever the fuck tournament that was last year around the time of Worlds against the LPL 5, 6, and I think it was 5, 6, 7, 8 seeds in LCK as well. So that's the thing. This roster did play some international games last year. Similar to America's Cup, I don't consider it a real tournament because it's not one of those big three. It's pretty much the leftovers. But regardless, this team is here. They earned it. They got here. I have them ranked third going into the tournament of the teams that are here. Fourth in general in the power rankings between LCK and LPL. The average age of the roster is 21.8 years old. 4 of the 5 players have not played in a, international event, MSI, First Stand Worlds. Clear in top lane at 23 years old. 2.5 KDA, 49 KP. So we just talked about BLG. Under 50% kill participation. The team does not fight around top lane. 8.6 CS per minute. 1.71 ROI. That's one of the highest ones at the event. Extremely efficient in damage. He is going to deal quite a punch relative to the gold he has. 2.8% share differential. Laning behind 200 gold. 2.74 vision efficiency. So against LCK tops, it's okay when he goes and plays other non-LPL. He starts with Bin, but after that and doesn't play Keen, he should probably go toe-to-toe with everybody, if not win lane. Solo kills 1 every 5 games. 2 new champions every 5 games. I have him ranked 4th in the role. His 3 most played, Renekton, Gnar, Sion, 45% of his champion usage. And Ryze was a unique pick for him that nobody else played this year. Keen can also play Ryze for sure. I don't know, BB probably has played it before. The most well, actually that's not true. The most, how do I phrase this? Because Diablo is the most interesting player on this roster. I mean, he's got the most hype. But Raptor's stat line surprised me. So, solid player, good young player, 21 years old. I kind of felt a certain type of way because he replaced Willer. I mean, I thought Willer was not deserving of losing his spot a couple of years ago. Raptor has gotten better. And Raptor has a very strong stat line. He ranks 2nd out of the junglers going into this event. His stat line is better than Shun's, and it's better than Junja's, as well as, actually I don't compare it to Skuman and Inspired because of levels of play. You could argue that Skuman Inspired is also on the same tier as a player like Raptor. But Raptor, very good. 3.6 KDA, 75 kill participation. He and Kellen are getting around the rift, making things happen. 3 out of every 4 kills involvement. 6.6 CS per minute. Slightly low farm than a lot of players here. I mean, really, versus Inspired, for instance, who's going at 7.7, that's 11 CS every 10 minutes. That's a few camps. He's got a 1.32 ROI as a result, so he's dealing a good amount of damage. 1.32 relative to the gold he's receiving. This team in general has high ROIs on the top side of the rift. Negative 2.4 share differential. 5 vision efficiency, which is good. Laning, even in the early game. His pathing, he's only behind 7 gold. Solo kills, he had 10 in 33 games. It's more than his top laner. That's tied for the most on the team. When your jungler is tied for the most solo kills on your team, and you're at an international event, that's pretty crazy. Like, you would think, if you heard that, you'd be like, wow, this team must suck. 2 new champions, almost a new champion every other game. Pantheon, Jarvan, Xin 48% of his champion usage, but he has 3 unique picks. He's the only jungler here that played Lilia, Nautilus, and Zac this year. Mid lane, Vicla. Yes, it's Vicla that played with KT, played with FlyQuest, played with Rare Adam. He's at an international event. If you told somebody this last year or the year before that Vicla would be at an international event in 2026, they would not believe you. I would not believe you. But Vicla is here. It goes to show that when a young player is just being a young player and developing, you really shouldn't give him a ton of shit. You should probably wait and see what happens. 3-4 KDA, 62 KP. So once again, this team fights kind of all over the place, but top lane's the spot they really don't go. But 62%, that goes to show this is not a ball comp type team, really. 9.3 CS per minute, 1.78 ROI. He leads the team in that category, 3.8 share differential, 267 vision efficiency. Laning wise, up 91. This team's up 248, 339. It's up about 200, 100 gold at 15 minutes on average. That top side clear is where they're really struggling in the early game. 1 solo kill every 3 games or so, just like Raptor. 2 new champions every 5 games. He's third in the role. I would argue that if you really I would put Caps above him. I'd put Caps above him. Ari, Azir, Oriana, 42% of his champion usage. He played Jace mid. No one else here played Jace mid this year. Diablo, 18 years old. Great player. This is huge for him. He goes across the ocean. He's going to play at an international event, and he is cracked. He is so good. He's so good. He's been a great player since he's been in academy, a player that we've been waiting to see on the international stage, and we're going to see it. He is super strong. Now, keeping that in mind, this winter his stat line is not as impressive as I would like. So, 3.5 KDA, 66 KP, 10.2 CS per minute. And he ranks second in the role because the entirety of the stat line is strong. But the damage is not, I don't love the damage. So 1.62 ROI, okay. But a 1.4 share differential. He gets like 25 to 26% of the team's gold. He is the carry. He's just not giving them a ton, he's like 27% damage, which you could argue, yeah, that's carry-like. I would like more damage out of a player that's getting that much gold. 284 vision efficiency, up 200 gold at 15 minutes. 1 new champion every 3 games. Ezreal, Lucian, Yunara, 48% of his champion usage. Diablo is a fun player. He's one of the most interesting and fun players at this event. BFX, I want to see. We've seen him into Viper already in the LCK stage. I want to see how he does against BLG. Kellen, 25 years old, the only player that's been here, done that internationally at a level like this. He has 20 games under his belt, of course, with D+. 4.2 KDA, 73 KP. I have him ranked second in the role, but his stat line I have problems with. So he ranks highly because he's aggressive at a 0.9 ROI. He deals a very good chunk of damage. But the 1.91 vision efficiency, he is one of the worst supports at this event as far as vision efficiency is concerned. He's one of the worst players at ward placement in this tournament, which is kind of crazy because Kellen for years was one of the top 3 supports statistically in the LCK behind Keria and Cal and Lehens. Was, just kind of, and you'd be like, really? That was the case? Yeah, statistically it was. Kellen was up there for quite a while, but this is, he's up there. He's second out of these 4, but still, there's some problems here. 2 new champions every 5 games. Lulu, Melio, and Karma. 1/3 of his games played. Something to think about here. 1/3 of his games played. Nobody else so far has such a flexible champion pool where they're not relying, you see here, 48, 42, 48, 45, a lot of 40s. I don't know if there's anybody else under 40, if I think about it, that so far. So 33% is significant. That's a player that is not predictable. Is not all that predictable relative to everybody else. You feel pretty safe knowing what other players are picking, but Kellen not so much. Emilio, he's the only one here to play Melio this year, and it's one of his most played. He's 11-9 internationally in his career. 2.4 KDA, 76 KP, and a very different player internationally at 0.67 ROI. So very passive in terms of damage. Gold difference, very good. He's been in great bot lanes with Duck Dom and Deft. 309 319 gold lead on average. Actually has 2 solo kills. It's just ironic because he has 2 international solo kills, and Diablo had none this year. And it's a bot lane. Bot lane solo kills or whatever, but still. And lastly, Ito's the coach. Ito has no international experience. First stand MSI Worlds as a head coach. So there is that. It's an interesting team. It's going to be a fun one. We'll see how Diablo does and Raptor as well as the rest. So thank you for watching. If you liked the video, like it, subscribe to the channel for daily League of Legends content. Follow me on Twitter, join the Discord, become a YouTube supporter, and hope to see you again tomorrow.